OMG, my next guest. I have been waiting and slowly dying for this fabulous star to come on the Beauty Pro podcast. And I got a fabulous message, and it's from Sam Burns. Sir, welcome to the Beauty Pro podcast.
Thank you. I'm glad I finally got to make it.
Yes. So I met you several years ago at an event, and it was so fabulous, and you left such a mark on my soul. But for people who don't know who you are, please let them know, because it's very important that they get touched by Sam, I think. Right? Yeah. Their soul, their hair, they need to know you.
All right. So I'm a third generation hairstylist. My grandmother was a hairdresser. My first father was a hairdresser. My mom divorced and married another hairdresser. And my mom has run all of the hair salons. So I was literally raised in the beauty industry.
Mm-hmm.
I joined John Paul Mitchell Systems in a long time ago, like 1987, I think. I started out as an educator. Then I was in charge of the Paul Mitchell distribution. Then I had an opportunity to teach a class in every state in this country, in 7 different countries. So over 1 million people have seen me in a seminar, either small like this or really, really big. Then I moved to the Paul Mitchell school world for a short period of time. I was there for a couple of years. And then I decided I should leave platform work. Like, I didn't want to be the old guy on the stage and be like, why is he still here? No. So I've just been coaching salons since then, and I have 4 business building CDs that I've released over the past several decades, and I thought it was time to write a book. So I wrote a book called Creating Magic.
Which I have, and I am so excited. Yeah. So excited.
You have one of the only printed copies, by the way. That's my author's copy. It's not even releasing until August 14th. So there's 3 physical copies in the world. That was the second print because I couldn't decide whether I wanted cream pages or white pages. And then I made a small tweak. So yours are yours cream or white?
Mine? It might be cream.
I think yours are cream.
It might be cream.
I sent one to you and I sent one to Matt Beck. So I think Matt Beck has the white one.
Love Matt.
And then I have mine. And then that's it. It doesn't even get distributed until this Friday.
OMG. And then by the time of the release of this episode, it will be hot off the presses, ready for everyone. Oh my God. I'm so excited. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to have to get in contact with Matt. Anyway. So what brought this on? Like, why a book? Why not a podcast? Why?
So I tried a podcast for a short period of time, and I don't know if I'm a podcaster, but I love podcasting, and which is odd because I'm a motivational speaker, so you'd think I would love to hear my own voice.
I know.
And all of my releases were on CDs, but many people said to me over the past couple of years, when are you going to write a book? When are you going to write a book? Yeah. And I had so many thoughts in my head. But now, thanks to AI and ChatGPT, I got to put all of these thoughts in random order and have somebody smarter than me help me organize it. So it became easier for me to do in my hairdresser mind because hairdressers become a different personality every 30 minutes. Yeah. So I would get a thought from here and I would get a thought from here, and I just wasn't really good at parsing it all together. So the technology helped me a lot. And that helped me get all my thoughts together. And from that, over the past 9 months, 10 months, it finally became a book.
That is so
But the book is not just for the beauty industry. It's for anybody in hospitality, salon leadership, restaurants, retail, healthcare, fitness, education. If you serve people, Creating Magic is for you. The core idea of this is service completes the task, but experience creates the memory. And we are really good at creating experiences. So I just wanted to take an ordinary service and turn it into an extraordinary experience. And that's the idea. Yeah.
I love that. And I love that you used technology to kind of zone in and focus, because as artists, we are totally off the wall. We can't focus for anything in the world. And you were able to use that and create a product to help more people do the same thing that you did. Like it's a rinse and repeat kind of thing. And that's very, very cool. And then it's in a format where you can slow down to speed up, which I talk a lot about on the podcast. And it's so important. And for any industry. And it's, you know, even lawyers and doctors, they are in service and they need to learn a thing or two. Don't you think?
For sure. Explain to me to slow down to speed up. Explain to me that philosophy.
Oh, so like you, right? We're constantly doing like a million things, right? And I found myself constantly like here. And family was like, girl, chill. You need to chill. And I'm like, no, I need to do all the things. And we get so exasperated with that. So when you slow down one little bite at a time, before you know it, you have sped up and you have done everything and not
I love that.
Faint.
I love that. So then if you're anything like me, like my mother, who was an unbelievable reader, like my mother would read like 5 novels a week, and her favorite thing in the world was to go to a library. She loved the smell of the paper of a book. Years later, when I got her an iPad, I'm like, we can download this on a Kindle. She's like, no, I physically like a book. And was very disappointed that she gave birth to 3 boys and a girl, and none of her boys were readers. But I am a self-help book guru. Like if you would come into my apartment or my condo, there's so many self-help books here, you would think that I'm literally crazy.
No,
but
I love it.
Guy that wants to, I want to just open up a book to a spot and have the universe tell me that's what I need to see or hear today. So that was the other concept behind this book, is that if you want to read it from front to end, absolutely. But otherwise, you can just open it up and get a little nugget. And, you know, I'm a lifelong learner. So I believe that if you can get, you know, one small thing out of whatever you're in, whether it's a hair show, whether it's an education class, whether it's a podcast, it was worth your time. So I also wrote it with that hairdresser, I guess, slow down to speed up mentality. So I love that. I might steal it.
Take it, steal it. Just tag me on Insta, okay?
Yeah, for sure.
So with all of that, you are just like a wealth of knowledge for sure that has always stuck with me. So what do you believe is the secret to success? Whatever success means to you.
What I believe is the secret to success. So I'm going to take it back to the 4 key takeaways from the book. And the first one is inspire confidence and self-worth. Like people need to know that they matter. Encouragement changes people. For sure, you don't bring out the best in people by criticizing them. And I'm a big believer in, you know, praising in public and redirecting in private. So the first pillar of this is to connect with, or is to create self-worth, create confidence in somebody, whether it's a coworker or even yourself. The second one would be connecting. Like I love connecting with people in the professional beauty industry. You're my people. We take all of our money and we either eat it, drink it, drive it, wear it, or smoke it. We all have a black Sharpie somewhere we use to get rid of the color stains on our clothes. But I have built connections that have lasted a lifetime. So I think connection is really important, to slow down enough, as you'd mentioned, to actually see the people in front of you, to ask better questions. My grandmother used to say, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you should listen twice as much as you speak.
Yeah.
And people may forget exactly what you did, but they will remember exactly how you made them feel, and whether they felt seen or whether they felt valued. So connection is really important. The third pillar is lead with purpose and positive energy. You know, I wake up every single day with a song in my heart. I wake up every single day believing that today is going to be a good day. I think positive energy is contagious. I think leadership isn't a title. It's something you bring into a room. My sister said to me years ago, you're a thermostat. You can change the temperature by entering a room, which I can. But, you know, that can be good or that can be bad. Like if I'm in a bad mood, I can change the weather that way too.
Yeah.
So you set an emotional temperature for the people around you. So I think as leaders, it's important that we, you know, focus on self-care. We focus on nourishing our mind.
Yeah.
I followed Win Clayball's philosophy that he taught me years ago to not watch anything negative on TV, because if it bleeds, it leads. So I don't watch anything where people are mean to each other or there's a lot of murders. I don't see value in it. So I spend a lot of time watching RuPaul's Drag Race because I know it's going to be positive at the end of the show.
It's so happy all the time.
It's happy. But you got to be cautious of what you program, just like the fuel you put in your body is the fuel you put in your mind.
Yeah.
So we can't lead with purpose and positive energy if our cup isn't always overflowing. And then the fourth key component and the main component of creating magic is in the small details. Create an experience that people will never forget. So I remember one time I was flying to, I don't know, it was a really, really long flight. And for some reason, I got upgraded to first class. Now, when you get upgraded to first class, you walk differently. You suddenly know how to pronounce, Evian or, just Perrier.
Yeah.
And this lady came up and she, now I quit drinking like 20 years ago. So
congrats.
When she came up and offered me a cocktail, thank you. I'm very proud of that.
Yeah.
When she came up to offer me a cocktail, she said, I'm like, well, I don't drink. And she's like, would you like a freshly baked cookie? And I'm like, I absolutely would. So, which is why I sent you peanut M&Ms. Like, I think chocolate solves anything.
Yes, totally.
So she comes up with this, chocolate chip cookie, and I ate it like that. Like, I ate it like my dog eats food. And she came over and said, would you like another chocolate chip cookie? And I'm like, yes, as a matter of fact, I would.
Absolutely.
And they're warm and they're delicious. And I ate that once again, like a 5-year-old kid. And then she came up and said, would you like another chocolate chip cookie?
Holy cow.
And I was like, we're asking the wrong questions here. I want to know how many cookies I can have, and that's how many I want. So she was like a Keebler elf and just kept making me cookies. And I was like, I'm going to get my money's worth out of this visit.
Yes,
then she came over with this, I know that, in certain airplanes, they come over and offer you a warm towel or a cold towel. But she came off with this tray of towels and some kind of dry ice presentation that made the towels 30,000 feet in the air, like a spa experience.
Wow.
And it was like, would you like the towel? And I'm like, yes, I would. She created an experience.
Yeah.
It wasn't just, here's your cookie, sir. She didn't judge me for having 6 or 7 cookies. She had this great presentation. So we have the opportunity to create an experience that people will never forget. We need to look for the ordinary moments and turn them into ta-da moments.
Ta-da moments.
I learned about ta-da from Robert Cromeans. Robert Cromeans is a master at ta-da.
Yes.
The color bar. In a Robert Cromeans salon, we would wrap our brushes in plastic. It was how we greeted. It was how we took a retail bag and put it and walked it to the other side of the desk. How we used tissue paper. So Robert, I had the great opportunity of being his salon director for several years. Plus, I got to travel with him forever. And he is just one of the most incredible minds. So I wrote a whole book about ta-da, or a whole chapter rather, about ta-da and creating ta-da experiences. And I have to give credit where credit's due because it all came from Robert.
Yeah.
But that also, those ta-da moments are unexpected little touches that people don't forget.
I love that you basically have a whole chapter dedicated to that. And of course, I had to tag Robert when you were coming on the show, and he was like, oh, shampoo! And he was very, very excited. So we will be tagging him on this episode so that he can reminisce and rejoice with us.
For sure. I actually put him in the acknowledgments of my book because Robert changed the way I view so many things, and ta-da came from him. I couldn't write a book called Creating Magic and not have ta-da in it. So
yes.
But
I love that.
Ta-da just creates the unexpected. And it's not just about ta-da doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be throwing it's not about throwing glitter on bad service. It is taking an ordinary service like the wash house, the service that people love the most, Most women love getting shampooed, and most
Yeah.
hairdressers hate doing it.
Yeah.
So there's already a disconnect there. The company I work with right now offers a 15-minute guaranteed stress relieving shampoo and hand massage with every single service. That's a ta-da.
That is a
That
ta-da.
is
Whoa.
celebrating the service that people want.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you just look at how we can create magic, like the peanut M&Ms and little happy face balloon I put in your book, uh, just little things that are unexpected create a little, wow factor.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. And it is, you want to be unforgettable as a stylist, right?
Yes, for
So
sure.
these are the ways that you do them. So
Yeah.
with all of this inspiration and ta-da and amazing moments, they all come from that one pivotal moment that really make or break us. Okay. So my question to you is, what has been that your biggest failure, your biggest struggle? What was that moment that has been so defining that you are now the inspiration man?
Well, I've had a lot of them. Um, but I also, in this book, wrote a book about storms.
Mm.
And I was in California working with the Paul Mitchell School Group, and then I was incentivized and encouraged and taken to way too many dinners to leave California and go to Houston to help them launch an academy. And I went to Texas kicking and screaming. I never felt like Texas was going to be a good fit for me,
Mm-hmm.
but I went and I chased the money, and I shouldn't have chased the money. And then as soon as I was there, a month after I was there, my mother passed away, and she was my biggest hero. And then a couple months later, someone stole my identity. And then a couple months after that, my dad passed away. And then a couple months after that, COVID hit. So, and COVID also made me, and my contract ended. So
Mm-hmm.
I was stuck in Texas with no job, no direction. Both of my parents were gone. And it was a very, very dark time for me.
Mm.
I also had a momentary relapse on my sobriety,
Mm.
and sobriety has been a really big deal to me. Um, and I gained 50 pounds because when your mom passes away, people let you have chocolate cake for breakfast.
Sure.
So I'm like, my mom died. Let me just have this cake. So it was really dark. It was really dark, and it was really, I was really lost. And a girlfriend of mine that's known me forever said, I'm like, I don't know that I can pull myself out of this.
Yeah.
I had suicidal thoughts. Like I lost way too much, way too quickly. And I just felt really lost.
Mm.
And she called me up and she said, you've been teaching your whole life, so I know you have a flip chart piece of paper in your apartment. Do you? And I said, yes. And she said, okay, I want you to put it up on the wall. And I'm like, girl, this is the last thing I need right now is an arts and crafts project.
Yeah.
She's like, just put the flip chart piece of paper on your wall. And she said, I want you to write this in the center of the flip chart. Not all storms come to wreck your life. Some storms come to clear your path.
Oh.
And when you're in the storm, I wrote the quote down because she's been a friend of mine forever. I consider
Mm-hmm.
her a personal and professional mentor.
Mm-hmm.
So I did it because I was so lost, but I did it. And then she said, I want you to write down one thing you love. And I'm like, I don't know what I love anymore. Like I quit being a platform artist for Paul Mitchell. Both of my parents are gone. I'm fat. I just don't know what I love. And she said, well, you love the beach, right? And I said, yeah. And she said, then I want you to write down the word beach. Now, the one thing I know for sure is that when God is going to put you in a storm, he is not going to drop you off until he has a safe harbor for you to land in.
Mm.
And
It's true.
that was a seed for me. It
Yeah.
wasn't a whole plan. It wasn't a whole game plan, but it was a seed that was planted in my head. And then every week that she would call me, she'd be like, what else do you like? And I'm like, I like lasagna. She's like, okay, write down lasagna. Like it was it's the same way I got sober. It was so many small steps that led me to a new direction. But, you know, pennies make nickels, nickels make dimes, dimes make quarters, quarters
Yeah.
make dollars.
Yeah.
Small steps make a really big difference. And that's also how I encourage my sponsees to get sober. Like, you don't have to think about, has it been 20 years or whatever since your last drink or drug? Can you not drink or drug this hour? And I had to take all of that stuff that I learned and follow someone that knows me, because both my parents were gone.
Yeah.
And followed her small steps. And that dream board that started with the word beach moved me to Florida. So now I'm next to the water.
Nice.
Moved me in a whole different direction. I now am the manager of one of 3 salons here in South Florida, and they're all Aveda salons. So that's a whole different chapter for me.
Yeah.
And they're multi-million-dollar departmentalized salons. I never thought I'd work in a departmentalized salon. So, but God got to open up a new chapter for me, but it all came about from a really bad storm. So that was a really long way of me answering your question of how do you inspire people? You can't inspire people unless you've gone through your own storm. You know, a caterpillar doesn't know tomorrow he's going to be a butterfly. He just knows today sucks. And, you know, everything's changing. I don't feel the same way.
He's just a worm.
Today totally sucks. Right. But then tomorrow you're going to be a freaking butterfly. Like, I didn't know in 2000, or when was COVID? 2020.
2020, yeah.
I didn't know in 2020 that any of this was possible for me. I just knew I hated Texas. I'd lost my family. I lost. Which is one of the reasons why you guys have not seen me for several years, because I had to refigure out who I was. And at that moment, I didn't think I had anything to give. I didn't think, you know, I'd mastered everything I wanted to master in my Paul Mitchell career. You know, as I mentioned, I taught a class in every state in this country. I traveled everywhere. I did lots of TV. And then when I decided to shut my platform artist career, that's also a loss. You know, I wasn't used to having a suitcase not in my living room. So it's a whole change. So you've got to go through a transformation, and sometimes you need to go through a loss. And not all storms come to wreck your life. Some storms come to clear your path. And that's how I got sober. That was probably the beginning of this book, because I felt like if I went through it, other people could go through it too. So there's actually a chapter in the book called Storms, and about that whole story. But the one thing I know for sure as a sober man today is God will not put you through a storm until he lands you in a safe harbor. And
I love that.
I believe that I'm in that safe harbor now. And look at that. I mean, we're connected today. So that wasn't even on my radar years ago.
Yeah. I love that. And I love the vulnerability, you know, because we are going all the time that we forget to be vulnerable. And a lot of the guests that have come on the show, you know, COVID was such a transformational time, right? And everybody's coming up with these great ideas, and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And this is how we are now. And then you, Sam, are here and you're like, yeah, that was a shit show for me. COVID was not good to me.
It was not the deal. It was not my fantasy, for sure.
No. Okay. So with this theme right now, what has been your biggest insult that is your favorite, that is your driver now?
My biggest insult?
Yeah, that you've ever gotten.
You mean like that somebody said about me?
Yeah, that they insulted you, and now you're like, I'm so happy that happened.
Well, I mean, I'm told all the time that I have a tone, and, you know, I speak with a tone. I'm like, you know what? My mom had a tone. My dad had a tone. My tone has become part of my signature.
You have a tone? Okay.
Yeah, I have a tone. And so that's one of my drivers. But another driver was, you know, I was beat up and bullied when I was in high school. I don't want to get into that drama because I already gave you a
No,
drama story, but I was beat up on
it's
both. And
okay.
it made me, uh, March 21st, 1981, the football team urinated in my locker and wrote faggot on my locker. And after 4 years of being beat up and made to believe that I was never going to do anything in my life, I couldn't wait to leave high school. And that has been my biggest driver my whole life. I couldn't wait to leave Dillsburg, Pennsylvania. I couldn't wait to just leave all of that behind. And I never
Mm-hmm.
looked back. It
Mm-hmm.
fueled me the most uh, I mean, I became a manager of a hair salon when I was 20 years old. I became the
Yeah.
number one retailer in a chain of hair salons by the time
Mm-hmm.
I was 19. So that drove me. Uh, get out of high school, shake all this dust behind me of this small little town, and that was
Yeah.
really my driver my whole life, and I've never left.
I love that. I love that for real because people need to, I don't know, maybe what is your experience with this new upcoming generation of stylists now that we're talking about drive and channeling it into production, right? What do you tell young stylists? How do you motivate young stylists? And not even stylists because the book is for every like service industry.
Right.
So how do you move the needle?
Put your phone down. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you can't make this is one of the last industries in the world where we physically connect with somebody and that I'm physically allowed to touch you. I
Yeah.
mean, we do all of our, we're tuned in, tapped in, and turned on by our phones and by so much social media, but we forget the people that are in front of us. I see these exercises on TikTok where everyone has to put their phones in the center of the table so that we can learn how to talk again. I, I love the technology of what's available to us now. Uh, Without this, I wouldn't have been able to write this book.
Mm-hmm.
I love that we are, connected through podcasts, through all of our socials. What I don't love is that if you are in the industry of serving people, that you are too connected to your Apple Watch or to your phone and you forget the person in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes creating magic magical and so timely because we are not connected. We
Right.
act like we're connected and we're
Mm-hmm.
not. We
Yeah.
don't see the people in front of us. Creating magic isn't something huge that you do. It's about noticing the person in front of you and asking, what can I do in this moment to make you feel seen? And the young people that I coach, or anybody that I coach,
Yeah.
you have to remember that service completes the task. You can deliver the food, you can deliver the cookie, you can deliver a haircut, but experience creates the memory. And that's where we can create magic. And we all have magic we can bring. It's just a matter of whether you're willing to create that experience. So if you're young and you're new in the beauty industry, I've done 52,000 haircuts. I can give you some experience ideas. Uh, I've taught in different languages. I've taught in different countries. I can give you some experience ideas, but you have to be open to wanting to do the experience. And I think that particularly with COVID, too many of us lost our soft skills of how to communicate.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Like my favorite thing, if you go out to dinner with me or go anywhere with me, uh, if you're serving me, if you're the barista at Starbucks or you're my
Yeah.
waiter or my waitress, I always recognize you that you are a person standing in front of me. I don't think that you're just there to serve me.
Right.
And I always say to them, what has been the best part of your day?
Oh.
And they always stop and pause and they're like Scooby Doo, like, what?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's been the best part of your day? And they're always like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, I mean, you woke up. That's a good one. Uh, just
Right.
just pause, and you're not just a server to me. You're a real live human being. So that annoys a lot of people that I go out to dinner with, by the way,
Really?
because they just want to order their food and get on with their life. But I ask everybody, what's been the best part of your day, so that you can feel seen, for sure.
Yeah. That right there. Everybody wants to feel seen. Everybody wants to be heard. Even our
Yes,
clients, like that's why they have a consultation.
yes,
They need to be heard. You need to see who they are.
for
Like
sure,
come
for sure.
on.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I'm going to steal
And in
that.
consultations, repeat back what the guest says to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I say to you, so we're going to do one really quickly. Krystine, what are your goals with your hair?
I don't know what my goals are, but I know I want to be red and I am considering more highlights.
Okay. If you could change anything about your hair texture or fabric or styling, what would you change?
I would want my hair to be a softer, wavier, frizz-free curl, not the
Okay.
kink that I have. And I want to be lower maintenance because
Okay.
I'm too high.
So what I hear you saying is, I didn't hear you say you want to get your hair cut anywhere in there.
Okay.
So what I hear you saying is you want to make your hair redder.
Yeah.
You want to add more highlights.
Mm-hmm.
You want it to be easy.
Mm-hmm.
You want it to be frizz free.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't love your natural fabric of your hair, but you would love a different fabric.
Yes.
So therefore, I would recommend a Nutriplenish treatment to your hair. It's a $45 investment, but it's going to make your hair longer and stronger. It's also going to prepare your hair for the red color that I believe is coming soon, because that was the first thing you mentioned. And then the same thing with those styling products. If you go home with the Nutriplenish styling products, it's going to make your hair frizz free.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to change the fabric of your hair. It's going to give you a little bit of muscle so that whenever you do shampoo and blow dry your hair, which I imagine is not every day,
Mm-hmm.
you want to be able to wake up one day and have pretty hair and not have to
Yeah.
redo it every single day.
Yeah.
So that hopefully you could only shampoo your hair once or twice a week. So, but I wouldn't have been able to recommend all of that if I didn't ask you questions and listen first.
Exactly. And I will tell you, my side is that I did feel heard. I felt
Okay,
seen.
good.
I felt like, okay, he's going to hook me up with some good stuff. Let's go. I'm sold. And like, I know a lot of stylists watching and listening to this, they are terrified of, what's the word that they're always telling me? Pushing
Retail.
sales. I don't want to push sales. I don't want
Right.
to be a seller. I just want to transform. That's not what happened here at all. And I don't feel that way at all.
Good. Retail is not about pushing products.
Right.
It's about completing the experience and helping someone else maintain the result you just created.
Right.
If you just start off with one product you genuinely believe in, like I didn't recommend stuff I don't believe in. One hero product, one magical product. And in Florida, it's normally frizz, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Nobody wants their hair to be frizzy.
Yep.
So the one product that doesn't make your hair frizzy, Aveda launched an amazing product called Miraculous Oil that literally is a miracle in a bottle. I use it on my skin. I use it on my hair.
Yes.
I love this oil. I'm an oil girl. I love this product. But find one hero product that you love, that you can stand behind. And that's not overwhelming. That's where you start to build trust.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we start to connect.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for sure that Miraculous Oil would not make your hair frizzy, even though I didn't recommend it.
Right.
I think Nutriplenish as a system would be great for your hair. But if you're going to leave with one thing today, which I also say to all of my guests, leave with this. For sure, It would be Miraculous Oil.
Right.
For Paul Mitchell, it would be sculpting foam.
Yeah.
Nobody sells more foam than Paul Mitchell does. So find one hero product and latch yourself to it. And service doesn't end until your guests can replicate this at home.
Mm-hmm.
So my question to so many hairdressers is, what are you talking about with your guest?
Yes.
Like literally, what are you talking about? They're in your chair for 30 minutes. And if you're talking about your diet plan or your salmon fish recipe or your Disney vacation, that's not serving your guest.
Mm-mm.
That is connecting with them for sure. And that's one of the 4 pillars, but that's not serving them. They need to know how to replicate their hair at home. How many times have we heard, will you get up every single day and blow dry my hair? Or I wish I could blow dry my hair like you. Well, you know what? You can. Yeah. I will even take your cell phone and put it on my station and turn it on and show you how to blow dry your hair. So you have like a hairdresser in your pocket kind of deal.
Yeah.
What are we not doing? We know who your client slept with. We know that she's on a diet. We know blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But do we know what's in her shower?
Yeah.
So, and girl, that's been my philosophy for 40 plus years. Like, I am very good at retail, but it's not because I'm the chosen one. It's because I listen.
Yes.
You know, you spent big money to spend 30 minutes with me today, Krystine. So I want to make sure you get value for your money, and then you can replicate your hair at home. And I also heard you want to make your hair red and have more highlights. So I know there's money coming to me down the road too, because that ain't going to be cheap. So
it's consideration for people, like just
right. Listen a little bit. The girl wants more highlights. Wants her hair to be redder.
Yeah.
So let's make it happen. How much did you budget for your hair today? We could do some of it today. That's also one of my favorite sentences. What did you budget for your hair?
Really?
Some people have a tight budget and some people have a big budget.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you budget for your hair today? If you only budgeted $50, then I'm going to give you $50 worth of stuff today. A $50 quick haircut, a $50 blow dry. If you budgeted $300, then I'm going to give you a few more highlights. Maybe I can give you a quick gloss to redden your hair up a little bit, but all of it includes what you're going to go home with today. So whatever you budgeted is what we're going to go home with. But ask the question. That's what they're really afraid of. They're afraid that someone's going to say no.
That's really good.
So just what did you budget? And then I'm going to make something happen within your budget. If you have no budget today, then you get a bang trim. Wham, bam, thank you, Sam. But it is what it is. What'd you budget for your hair?
Exactly.
Don't get me started. I'll go.
I know. I love it. We got some fire. We got fire from Sam.
I'll be on it forever. Yeah.
What is the one lesson that you have personally learned about life working in the service industry? Okay, not just the beauty world, that you wish people, construction workers, doctors, whoever, would also get and like understand and do?
Well, we briefly talked about that earlier. It's do you see me? Do you hear me? And does what I say matter?
Yeah.
I coach service professionals my whole life. And when I don't feel seen and when I don't feel heard and when I don't feel like what I say matters in any situation, that's when I ghost you. That's when I'm not going to write a bad review. I'm not that girl. But I am just not going to come back because I work very hard for my money. My time is valuable to me. So do I feel seen? Do I feel heard? And does what I say matter? Is what we all could take back. It's, once again, listen twice as much as you speak, but you need to be zoned in on the person in front of you. That's where the magic lies. The magic lies of that connection of the person in front of you. Yeah. If you learn one thing today, it's be connected with the person in front of you.
Yes.
Not your cell phone and not your watch. It's be connected with that person.
Yeah.
Because P.S. Krystine got in her car, made an appointment, has a certain amount of money that she wants to invest today. I need to make sure that she gets her value out of that time. But ultimately, that's the deal. Because if you don't feel seen and you don't feel heard and you don't feel like you matter, you're going to ghost me.
Yeah.
So we're in the people business. We're not in the sell water beds or sell a television business. It's not that transactional. We're in the people business.
Yeah.
And we need to treat people like people. And I've always thought that way, and that's always the lens that I put on every single day. I just don't understand why other people don't see it. Because you're literally in the people business.
Yeah, I don't know. That has been my question always. And I'm thinking, well, maybe it's just because I am so immersed and I love what I do, so I really care. Right? But it's true. I ask myself that too. Like, what is it that they are not understanding? Like, what do they not get? Is it? And my only conclusion, and tell me if this happens to you too, is it's ego. It's just ego. They just have a power trip. Like, I don't know.
Right.
But it's fine. That's their.
And don't want to go home.
Exactly. So what do you get? Like, what's your biggest misconception about what you do? Like, like when
Meaning what
people,
I,
yeah, like when people are like, oh my God, so Sam, you just like play Barbies all day, right? Like, what is the common misconception or the myth that you get about what you do all the time?
well, for the past several years, I've been in salon management. So I manage 97 plus hairdressers with a
Mm,
team of two other leaders.
hmm
Uh, and we switch locations every 6 weeks. And I think people think that's an easy job,
Yeah.
but inspiring and motivating and encouraging people on a daily basis is actually quite difficult.
Mm,
And, you know, people come in with problems two by two, like Noah's Ark. You
hmm
know, the bathroom's not working, we're out of this product, like whatever it is. And you have to put the energy and the thought into um, how do I make this person feel seen? How
Yeah.
do I make them feel heard? And that's not easy.
Mm,
It creates a lot of, particularly now that I quit smoking.
yeah.
uh,
I'm so
so it
proud
just
of
creates a lot of
you.
energy.
That is,
Thanks.
yes, that
Uh,
is, these are big things. Big things.
I'm still vaping though.
I
The last
mean,
thing I have to do is get rid of vaping, but
I one
uh,
thing at a
I
time.
can't. Right? I'm not that holy. You know, I think or even doing hair. I think people think that doing hair is easy,
Yeah.
and it's not. Or being a waitress isn't easy.
Mm-mm.
Or being a bartender isn't easy because you're in the people business, and it's how do you shake off that bad energy and that bad juju that somebody gave you so you can be present for the next one.
Yeah.
How do you not make that one bad experience? I mean, I remember years ago, one of my very first jobs was I was a busboy in a restaurant, and you had to take this big tray and walk downstairs. And on my third day, I dropped the tray all the way down the stairs. Now
Oh.
that devastated me, and
Oh
I
my
ended up
God.
quitting that job because of the humiliation. But my older self now would say, shit happens.
Yeah.
And, just you got to shake that off and you got to move forward. And I didn't have those tools in my toolbox when I was 17,
Right.
but I certainly do now.
Yeah.
So uh, my job's not easy. It takes, in order for me to be a platform artist traveling around the world teaching people how to do hair, I went to a lot of classes. I've been to 4 education classes a year for the past 40 years. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
lifelong learner. I never quit learning. The only thing constant in the beauty industry is change, and we need to roll with that change. So you, it's just not easy. You just don't wake up and create magical hair.
Yeah.
There's a craft behind it.
Yeah. What are your favorite ways to nourish yourself?
I love a good pedicure.
We love that.
I
Me
love a
too.
massage. I get a
Me
massage
too.
once a week. Um, I love to travel, although I've not been doing a lot of travel since COVID. Not because of COVID,
Mm-hmm.
I keep reinventing my new career path. And I mean, I eat clean. But I really do, girl. I love a massage and a pedicure.
I love it. Me
Anybody that wants to get
too.
me a massage or a pedicure for
Mm,
my birthday, I'm down. I'm down.
it's
It's
the
my favorite time.
best. So, living in Florida now, how often do you go to the beach?
Not enough. Well, particularly not now because it's so freaking hot.
It's no, it's true. It's true. You don't want
And
to
the
go.
air conditioner literally died in my car in the 1 month you don't want it to die.
Stop.
So I decided that I was going to be handyman Sam and try to fix this. It took me several days to get it fixed, but I finally got it fixed yesterday. Uh, there's a
Thank you,
certain,
Jesus.
like, I love Home Depot. I love trying to be able to do things myself. I'm a strong, independent man.
Sam.
So I took everything apart. I got the the motor blower. And girl, I'm also not a car. I'm not a car person. I barely know that I drive a Mazda. Uh, and I took everything down, but what I could not get connected or disconnected were these connector coils. They're just two little plastic things.
Oh my
And the more I
God.
kept playing with it, I went and got WD-40. I chat GPT'd it. I could not do it. So I reached out to ChatGPT and
Yes.
said, where can I find a local mechanic that will come to me on a Sunday? I texted this guy yesterday morning because if you're in Florida or you're anywhere in the summer right now, you got to do all your stuff very early in the day, particularly if you don't
Yes.
have air conditioning.
Like
And I
6
said to this
a.m.
guy, I'll pay you $50 if you come out and change this thing for me. So he's like, I don't normally work on Sundays, but I'm willing to help you. He came out at 8:30 yesterday morning, and he got out of his Jeep, came over and said, what is it, this? And he instantly unclipped it. Instantly. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I've been struggling with this for days. How did you do this? And he goes, you just go like this. And I'm like, well, evidently I don't know how to go like this because I'm not a car guy. But I gave him the $50 because that was the agreement, and I got to move forward, and now I have air conditioning in my car.
I'm telling Florida is brutal. Okay, because
Yes.
you lived in Texas and then you're here in Florida. Which is worse?
Texas.
Okay, I believe
Texas,
it. Okay,
the word weather was invented for people in Texas. When it rains, it rains. When they have hail, they have hail.
Oh
When
God.
it is hot, it is I'm sure you have a lot of listeners in Texas, and I'm sure they love it.
We love you, Texas. We do.
Texas was just not a good fit for me. I am an East Coast or West Coast guy, and I will probably return to the West Coast to retire. I really loved California. I loved California.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful there, undeniably. Okay, so time is escaping us. So, what is a question that I did not ask you that you wish I would have, and how would you have answered?
A question that you did not ask that I wish you would have, and what is my answer?
Yes.
Where to get my book?
Ooh, that is so important. Yeah, okay.
Where to get my book that I'm launching in 4 days. So you can get my book at creatingmagicbook.com. So here's the deal with creatingmagicbook.com. There's a little sign up for my mailing list link. And what I want to create a movement with this book. So if you go to creatingmagicbook.com and sign up for the newsletter, you get a monthly magic idea from me of how we can create magic for people. I'm not going to spam you, but I really do want to create a movement, and it's the way I'm going to stay connected with everybody. So I do that monthly mailer, and I don't have a link right now, but the book will be available on Amazon.com, and it will, or I guess it's not Amazon.com. Girl, I'm a self-publisher. I don't even know what I'm saying. It will be available on Amazon, whatever that looks like, and for sure will be available on my website.
Okay, so we're gonna have all those links. Okay, I went to your Instagram, I went to the website. That is a given. So everybody watching and listening, go scroll down and tap the link, get on the mailing list, get the book when it comes out.
Go to Instagram, my Creating Magic Book Instagram. I post one blurb from the book a day, so that if you don't want to invest in the book, I'm totally cool with that. But you will kind of get the book, little sentences of the book, one a day, because I want to stay connected with people. I want to be your morning inspiration.
I mean, I've already gotten the posts like daily already, and I'm like, whoa, that's like, you get like an instant sense of like fresh air with these posts. So yeah, you're very welcome. So anybody, just get the book. Just do yourself a favor and buy the book. That's it. So Sam, what else do you have for us before we completely run out of time today? I want you to take up as much time as you need. I love that you're here. I'm very happy. Everybody watching and listening, I know they are blown away by your wisdom. Any final words, sir?
No, like I'm excited we finally got to do this. You know, several people have invited me on their podcast over the past 2 years, and I just didn't feel like I had anything to offer. I didn't feel like, I mean, although you said, you know, about how I've been inspirational to you over the past several years, I just didn't really feel like I had anything to offer. I've not done the beauty cruises yet. Brad wants me to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I've not done that because I didn't finish the book yet. You asked me a year ago or more to be on the podcast. I didn't feel like I had anything to talk about, but now I have something to talk about. And I also have been really immersed in, writing is very cathartic. And I never thought that I was going to be a writer.
Yeah.
But as I mentioned in the beginning, ChatGPT allowed me to do thoughts and then connect them together for me, which, because I had no idea really, where the chapters were going to live and all of that. So because I had a tool to get my hairdresser mind together, that's really, ChatGPT didn't write the book, but it let me get everything organized the way it should be organized, which really served me a lot.
Well, I am honored. I'm
honored.
And I love that you took the creative process serious and now you're like going at it. So this is good. This is the new Sam. This is the new intellectual, pensive Sam. Right. And this is great.
Soon there's going to be an audiobook. I just have to take the time to do that.
To record it. Oh my gosh. So everybody listening, watching, go get the book. Tell your friends and family. We're going to start this movement. We're going to be the wave. And thank you, Sam, for coming on the BeautyPro podcast.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Have a blessed day.